Hi everyone, welcome to UX Living Lab. We will be starting soon. Hi, welcome back. Every week we are meeting, and today also we will be discussing about topic on open innovation. Specifically, our topic is innovation ecosystem. So, what we are talking today, we are talking how to design components, specifically on how to design the component competitors. So the entire series is under the topic how to build a sustainable innovation ecosystem for small brands. In that, we are taking the subtopic designing components. Then one specific component we are talking about competitors. Okay, I'm giving a small briefing about previous sessions. In the first session, we introduced the topic and we discussed various aspects of the ecosystem, and we explained each component. The components are vendors, channel partners, competitors and markets, then customers, startups, other industries, internal team, academia and government. These are the components you have to maintain or you have to design for your ecosystem. And last week, we discussed about vendors and channel partners. I already shared the videos in this comment box. You can go through it because every week we are taking one subtopic of this and explaining, because this is a very vast topic and I am giving more details to the development and strategies for this. Don't think that this is a classroom presentation. We are sharing our experience. At the same time, we are not advertising anything. It's a purely on topic and purely on strategies, how you have to go about if you are a small brand, how you have to go about, and how to build an innovation ecosystem. That's the topic we are talking about. Okay, just introduce myself. I am Thomas. What we talk, I talk about innovation journeys. Innovation journey starts from empathizing idea, sketching, then move to sketching the concept, then designing look and feel, rapid prototyping, MVP, and market feedback. This is the typical steps of the innovation journey. In this journey, we support your innovation team or R&D team by listening the targeted market or listening the targeted users and plan the research, execute the research, and deploy the reports and the strategies, then measure the outcome after you launch. So in all stages of innovation journey, we support our clients with users insights. That's what we do. Okay, you can share my presentation to your colleagues and friends. At the same time, you can follow our newsletter for deep learning, that is UX Living Lab News. Okay, that's all. This is only one slide. We talk about what we do because you need an introduction about what we do. That's the reason. So coming back to our topic, fix and track competitors. What I'm talking to you today, that is segmentation of competitors. Who is your competitor? That's a very interesting question. Who is your competitor? You can see n number of products in the market, but who is your competitor? Then how to track competitor, then find synergy between you and your competitor. These are the four important points I will discuss in this meeting, in this presentation. So fix and track competitors. Okay, starting with the segmentation. How big your business is, or how big your targeted market is, that determines how to segment your market. So you may be talking about a global market. Sometimes you may be talking about a regional market. Sometimes you are talking about a city. Sometimes you may be talking about a very closed community. Still, you can segment it. So if it's a global market, you can segment based on regions, cities, countries, etc. And if you are talking about city, you can talk about north, south, east, west. So different ways you can segment geographically. That means where your targeted market locate. So you have to fix your market size, or where you are targeting, or where we are going to target in future. That's also includes. Maybe you are not doing anything on that market, but still you are planning to do. That means your total market to be segmented geographically. All of you knows how to do it. That's why I'm not going deep into that. So what I feel is we have to keep the segmentation strategies same as in the previous component, because in all components we are talking about segmenting the market as a first step. So this geographical segmentation already I detailed in last session. Also the same way we can segregate into different locations. Other method of segmentation is based on number of employees. So you, when you find your competitor, so you can do some research on the competitor and categorize in such a way that how many employees are there, what is the team size of the competitor. That is maybe a one-man army, or maybe a 10 people, maybe 50 people, maybe 100 people. Like that you can group the competitors or group the market players into different baskets. That is another way of segmentation. When you see a product which is almost equal to your product, take them and segregate based on number of employees. The other method, the next one, is based on the process they are following. It may be a modern process, or it may be a traditional process. What type of process they are following for marketing or production? Based on that, you can segment your competitors. So initially, you have to group all the players you are seeing in the market space, then do the segmentation, because you are going to select the competitors. So the competitors are not selected, but still you can group them. Whatever people you are seeing in the market space, you can group them according to the different segmentation method. This is based on the process the company, the other brand is using. Then market standing, how long that company is in the market. That's the next method. So maybe it's having 10 years of standing, or 1 year of standing, or 5 years of standing. Based on that, you can segment. Then based on sales, maybe volume of sales or value of sales, you can segment. So these are the main segmentation methods. I will be following the same segmentation methods in all components. So you can keep in mind that the segmentation is geographic, and number of employees, the team size, processing, market standing, and sales, because these covers almost all the category of segmentation, and you can segment or group them according to these conditions. That's the first step. Now, who is your competitor? That's a very $1 million question. So who is your competitor? And fix and track competitors. So you have to identify competitors. What are the tools you have to identify? Identify your competitors using market research, consumer feedback, online and offline communities. These are the three methods you can follow to identify your competitors. You can do market research, you can do customer feedback, you can do online and offline communities. So I will explain it further. Fix competitors. Who is your competitor? Identify brands sharing the space at the purchase point using market research in shops. So you have to do a research, market research with shops, because shops is the selling point of your product. So do research with them. If you attended last week's live, you already established a component called channel partners. So you already have a rapport with these shops, so it's very easy to conduct the research. So I already explained how to conduct the research with these channel partners. So use the same channel and do the research and find out who is sharing the selling space. So the purchase point. Purchase point is mainly in a shop, it's a rack, or in everywhere you can maybe how user is comparing in online sales also, how is comparing. So when you go to a sales platform in internet, so which are the other brands the user is comparing? So who is sharing this purchase point? That you have to do research. So you can use the channel partners, or you can use external agencies, but it's better to use your own way, because being a small brand, you should limit your budget. So develop the shops as channel partners and do the survey and find out who is sharing the purchase point. Okay, it will be look like this, because this toughest competition is always in FMCGs and apparels and other fast moving goods. So you can see which are the brands sharing the space, same space. That's what I'm talking about. Identify the brands sharing the space at the purchase point. When customer is into the shop, which are the brands which from which the customer can select. So actually, they are sharing the purchase point. That's the same thing I'm talking about. So we have to identify it by constant visit to the shop. The best option is you have to be a purchaser. You have to be a customer for your product. Then you can easily identify. You have to go to offline shops. At the same time, you have to go to online shops and try to purchase something. Yeah, and then you can see what are the other things coming in comparison with your product, and how user will compare it, or engage some users for that, or some friends or relatives you can engage. So anyway, you have to develop that information track from shops as well as other people, or you can act as a customer and identify which are the brands sharing the purchase point. Then other method is from consumer purchase journeys. Every consumer purchase is having a journey. What it is? So consumer thinking, or consumer want a product and decide that I want to purchase something. For example, I want to buy a car. Then the customer starts learning about the car. Then he search for different brands. Then compare, ask friends, visit the shops, visit dealers, read the reviews. Lot of things that customer will do. Then ended up in a purchase. So that span, that is when he intends something to the purchase, that is called customer journey. For a costly products like car and other costly products, it will take more. For example, in a car, it will take 6 months, but in a FMCG, it will take 5 minutes. Anyway, there is a journey. So what are the components of customer journeys? Consumer journeys start with awareness. Consumer should aware about the product. That's the first step. Then consumer will start learning about the product. That is, he is gaining the knowledge. Then consumer will like the product. So different products will be liking. Then consumer will look into the different brands and products, then prefer one for purchase. Then he again reconfirm his decision in different means, maybe talking to the friends or searching in net whether my decision is correct or not. Then purchase. So these are the typical purchase journeys. This is proposed by two great scientists, Lavage and Steiner. That's why it's called Lavage and Steiner model. So start with awareness, then gaining the knowledge, then liking, then preference, conviction, purchase. So every product will go through this journey. Think about, you are going to buy a car. Create awareness, create the knowledge, liking, preference, conviction, purchase. Think about, you are going to buy a fresh juice. The same thing going on. Maybe that span will be reduced, and the deep learning will be reduced, but still these steps will be covered in the journey. So this is consumer journey. So from this consumer journey, so you have to interact with consumers while you went to shop, or someone is acting as a consumer. So you can learn who are the other brands which coming into place while consumer taking the preference or liking. So think about, was he decide about the product, then he decide about the brand. Most of the cases like that. For example, I need a car. Then which car? So what car I had to buy? That is brand 1, brand 2, brand 3, brand 4, like that. So I have to learn about different brands. So that's gaining the knowledge. Then I have to like based on some influence, or okay, I'm not going deep into the journeys. There are a lot of things will play in that journey, like influences, nest, lot of concepts are there. Still, you have to go through this journey and identify which are the other brands who is coming into that context. Then which may overtake you, or which may rejected by the customer, or after comparison you may be losing the sale, and consumer decides on other brand because of various reason. Still you have to list out who are the brands, which are the brands coming into that context. So that is the way, and another way of fixing the competitors. Okay. Next is from online and offline communities. You have to be online and offline. Everyone knows there's a traditional way. You have to be in different groups or clubs or different communities. You have to learn from the market how people are comparing and how people are talking about the product. But specifically now, if we are talking about a big market, it's better go for the online than follow the hashtags. For example, if you are selling cosmetics, you have to follow hashtags connected to cosmetics. Maybe fragrance with another hashtag, or different type of hashtags you have to follow. Beauty, like that. So follow the prominent hashtags connected to your product, then participate in that discussions under that hashtag. Similarly, you can participate or join the groups connected to the product, then also attend the webinars. These are the ways, again, you can fix the competitors. So identify the competitors. Okay, the communities, customer journeys, and shops, that is sharing the purchase point. These are the main methods to identify your competitors. After that, track competitors. That is the next step. So you already identify these are the people coming in front of my customer while their customer take decisions, and he will be comparing these, maybe selecting or maybe rejecting or whatever it may be, but these products and brands are come in front of a customer when he going to buy. So when he is in the shop, when he is in discussing something about these products, these are the brands come in front of them. So you fix that these are the different brands in based on different regions or based on the segmentation. Then the next step is you have to track competitors. Tracking competitors is you have to periodically update on each competitor segment, because you already finalized the segments, then you already selected different brands which some way competing with you according to your concept. Then periodic updates you require. What are the things you have to update on a brand? What are the products they have? Variety of products they have. Then their price and discount schemes. Who is sharing purchase point? Then advertising, their advertisements, their team, their innovations, the new products coming, touch points with consumers. So these are the main points you have to periodically update after you select a bunch of competitors. Then you have to track these points continuously about each competitor segment wise, then keep a record. That is tracking. Okay, big companies will engage agencies. Big companies will do a detailed market research for that. But in your case, being a small brand, you have to do the effort and keep these on track, on records. So, what is periodic? I prefer every day. So every day you have to look into, okay, if there are 10 brands you are talking about, you glance through these 10 brands. What are the products they have? What's any price discount they announce, or what is the price today? Who is sharing? Which are the brands which is sharing your market space? Then any new advertisement is coming, and what's their team? Any change in their key persons? Then any new product is coming, or any other new strategies they are implementing. Better to track every day. Even in car companies, they are tracking every week, because every week they are changing strategy. Most of the dealers are instructed to change strategies every week. So actually, they are changing the sales strategies every week. So then think about FMCG. So every batch or every occasion they will be changing. Still, the dealer may be changing. Think about, there is a flexibility the manufacturer is given to the dealer. So dealer may be changing according to his flexibility. New schemes are announced. So these information you have to get periodically and you have to update periodically. Oh, this is too much, but you have to. Maybe you can develop an internal team for updating this information, but you need this. Okay, if you have enough money to spend, you can engage agencies, engage outside consultants and agencies region wise or product wise, category wise, etc. But being a small brand, you have to. Anyway, we need information. It means you need information. So you have to keep this information periodically, update this information periodically. Then next step is find synergy between competitors. Okay, you already identified a group of people, which is group of brands is come in front of the consumer. You are consumer. for comparing. So they are comparing these brands with you, with your brand. How they will compare, or what are the points you have to compare? You have to do the perception mapping. This is the right way to choose or fix your the closest competitor. Okay, I will explain what it is. Perceptual mapping of brands. Maybe this is a very simplest schematic diagram of this perceptual mapping. So there is one side is low quality and high quality, then top is high price and low price. These are the access points. Then if you fix your brand at the center, of course there are brands which is having good quality than yours, according to the judgment or according to the consumer's judgment. You have to fix it. You may say that, okay, that brand is a very low quality brand, okay, like that. So high quality and low quality brand, so you can fix your brand at the center. That's the easiest way. You can fix your brand at any point, but what I suggest is the easiest way of analysis: you fix your brand at the center. And what are the brands higher than you in quality wise, what are the brands lower than you in quality wise. At the same time, you have to talk about price, which is the higher than you and lower than you. Then you place all the brands you identified from the market. So these things, I already said that you have to track the information. This information you can conclude and place in this map. That is called perceptual mapping. So think about this brand A is highly priced than your brand, but little bit low quality. What about brand B? That is low quality as well as low price. What about brand C? That is high quality and high price. That's why it's there. Then D also more high quality and high price. Then E, like that. So you can in easily conclude who is your closest competitor in that region, in that segment. These you have to keep for update periodically, segment wise. You have to keep, and maybe you are taking the information daily wise, but you can update this map weekly wise, especially segment wise, because you may be talking about different cities. So that means that Tokyo, what is happening, or in New York, what is happening, in Delhi, what is happening. These are different. So you have to keep this map for each segment you are talking about. You want to, so geographically or demographically or sales wise, or whatever the segmentation method you already explained in the initial segmentation process. So each segment you have to keep this and update periodically. So now you can see that, okay, brand D and C, which is highly priced than mine and high quality. So that may be a premium category. My customer can't afford these brands. So this may not be a competitor to you. Okay. Think about you are manufacturing a small, what we call medium class and affordable bag, and whether Gucci is your competitor? No, because it's a very highly priced, only for celebrities, highly priced with high quality. Okay, that's a different thing. So look into these brands, brand B and brand E. These are the closest competitors to you because they are very close to you. A little bit difference in quality, a little bit difference in price. So even brand E is having high quality and lower price. This is a really competitor, highly competitor to you because it's having high quality than you and low priced. This brand B is low price but little bit lower than your quality. So these two are the closest competitors you have. The others you need not worry about it. Okay. This is the way you have to develop the perception mapping. So build a team and do it segment wise. How do you benefit from this process? Now I'll say this is a very tedious process. You have to do segmentation, you have to collect information from different channels and keep periodic updates, then do the mapping. So how do you benefit out of it? That's very Interesting question, and it's a very valuable information you are getting. Develop your strategies based on that, because you are talking about products, yours and your competitor products, pricing and discounts, then sharing the purchase points, then advertising, team, innovations, touch points. So all the components what we are talking about, you are tracking is the ingredient for developing your strategies, to whom to compete, or how to place, what should be your next product, what should be the discount you have to offer. So finalize the strategies based on this information you are concluding. That is the benefit. That is the benefit of keeping these type of ecosystem. So all these strategies can be innovated. Whatever maybe not only the product strategies, I'm talking about the price strategies, advertising, team, innovations, everything you can improve use by keeping these type of ecosystems. But you have to keep it updated periodically, and it should be a long-term process. You plan according to that. So immediately it will be so when you continue with that type of information, that will be benefiting your strategies. Okay, what are the takeaways? So when we talk about sustainable innovation ecosystem, one of the important component is competitors. So we are talking about segmentation. We already spoke about who is your competitor, how to track competitor, and find synergy. So why I am using the word synergy? Because I already explained that these two competitors are actually not your competitors. They are targeting to a different segment of the society. So the people going for that product won't come to your product, or the people come to your product won't go to that product, even though the purpose of the product is same. For example, is you are comparing with a budget car with a Ferrari, something like that. So a person going for Ferrari, they won't go for a budget car, isn't it? So they are not competitors. So what you can do? You can find synergies. What is synergy? So when how you can join your brand with that. That is, by joining that, both will be benefited. I can give a very simple example. A person who is going for Ferrari, maybe is using a budget car for going to gym or daily shopping. So these are the areas you have to work on with that brand. So I'm giving just an example. So these are the ways you have to find synergies with other brands in the market for the same product, because most of these products are not your competitors. Your competitors are very close to you, quality wise and price wise. Then only it will be a competitor. Otherwise, these products for different segments, so may not be a competitor. So you can find synergies. That's why I'm using that word. Okay, what are the things we discuss in segmentation? You can segment based on geography, number of employees, process used, market standing, sales. These are the standard segmentation methods. You have to segment your market based on this. So fix these segments first. That's the first step. Then, who is your competitor? Identify using market research, consumer feedback, online and offline. This you have to continuously get information or gain information through these methods. So any moment the new competitor will come. So you have to get that information continuously. You have to build the best option is you have to build the channel partners to give this information. So market research from shops, even consumer feedback also, they can give lot of information, because they are the people who is interacting with consumers. They can give lot of information. Still you can interact with consumers, and online and offline communities. That's also you have to keep a track. Then periodic updates on each competitor segment wise. What are the things you have to update? Product or service, price, discounts, who is sharing purchase points, and advertising team, innovation touch points with consumers. Then find synergy, do the perceptual mapping, and these things you have to do continuously. Then only it will be benefited. For the one-time affair, you can keep it for only 1 month or 2 months maximum. Then the entire information will be outdated. So it's better keep a track for periodic updates, continuous tracking of this information. So you have to put an effort. You can find some people for that, or you can engage outside agencies, or you have to spend time. So it's up to you. But if better, you have to build a team, an in-house team. That is better because it will be within your budget. Update periodically, segment wise. Then the benefit is use this info for developing your strategies. I already explained what it is. Okay, I'm done for today. On next week, we will be talking about customers, the next component, customers. So we already covered vendors and channel partners, competitors and market. Then next week we'll be talking about customers, how to design component. That is, component is called customers, and connect to your ecosystem. Okay, thank you for your time, and hope you all enjoy my presentation. You have questions, you can put your questions in the comment box. I will answer it now or later. Also, you are free to share my presentation to anyone. If you want to talk to me, you can scan this QR code and fix an appointment. I'm happy to share any information connected to this innovation ecosystem or innovation journeys. And of course, I expect you will be share like my presentation. Waiting for questions. Thank you. Thank you so much. See you next week.